and to celebrate the 50 years of our statehood. Our programs will also include inauguration of a large number of infrastructural projects throughout the year. It will also include a Northeast Youth Festival. We will also be hosting a number of sports events like the Northeast Cup, like the table tennis national tournaments, including the Meghalaya Day, the Meghalaya Games also will be hosted next year. So therefore, a large number of these programs will be held to mark the 50-year celebration. And as I said, today, along with the inaugural program of the Megong Festival, the 50-year celebration program from today, which will continue for the next 1 year, now up to 21st of January. And on that day, we'll have a big program in Shillong and the district headquarters, followed that again by a number of programs throughout the state. So I just wanted to take this opportunity and this occasion to thank the Tourism Department for this wonderful festival that has been organized, and I wish it the very best. I also would like to thank the DIPR, the nodal agency, for years celebration of the state and the 75-year celebration of India's independence. So with these few words, once again, thank you very much, and I hope all of you enjoy the Megong Festival also. Would like to take a few questions if you have any. Thank you. And the economy and the livelihood of the people depends on many sectors. We have a lot of work that is happening in the education department. We're having a lot of work that's happening in the tourism department, in the agriculture department, and in the road and infrastructure departments. And therefore, there's a budget for everything that we do. And if we were to stop the construction of the roads based on maybe some other needs of some other departments, then the road sector would suffer. So therefore, as a government, it is important for us to balance out the work that we do in the economy. Yes, there is expenditure involved in the tourism department and holding these festivals, but obviously there is a calculated outcome and benefit that we expect for the tourism sector, especially after the great difficulty it has gone through in the COVID times. And obviously it will benefit and create a lot of livelihood. So therefore, it is important for the government to handle and take care of the COVID situation and other expenditures, yet create the opportunity through tourism also. I remember some time back, the press had asked me the same question, that what have you done for tourism to relieve the pressure and the difficulties that the tourism sector is facing? So the answer is this, that we are now trying to revive the tourism sector, and this requires us to invest in such programs in a very, very appropriate manner and a balanced manner. And today, we will be having tourists who are coming in from different parts of the country and different parts of the world. And we are hopeful that with a series of events like these, we will be able to bring back the entire benefit for the sector in the tourism industry as a whole. So we have a plan that in the coming years, we want to make this festival as a permanent festival. As you're aware, we have got the Garo Heritage Village, which is about 10 kilometers from here. We have the Tribal Research Institute, which is about 5 kilometers from here. And we intend to continue this Megong Festival in this region and this area itself. And therefore, keeping in mind the logistics that were there available in this ground, and the fact that the entire Tribal Research Institute and the Garo Heritage Village is within the vicinity of this area, we felt that this is appropriate area to promote as a festival and a cultural center for Garo Hills region. In the coming years, the Tribal Institute will also become a center for not just the cultures of Meghalaya, but also the cultures of the Northeast and Southeast Asia as a whole.
Chief Minister, during the course of your address, you had also mentioned that you would like to involve tribal communities from the South Asian countries as well. So, what are the particular aspects, even two or three, which you would like to see promote, other than the fuel?
Tribal culture is very rich, and therefore there are many aspects to it. But what is the underlying fact and underlying idea about having these festivals is to number one, preserve our culture, promote it, and as I said, to celebrate and to be proud of our tribal culture. So therefore, there are many aspects in the tribal culture, whether it's the clothes, the food, the drinks that we eat and drink, whether the dance that we have, the language and the literature and the arts that we have, the sports, tribal culture, and in basic history and the folklore, all these aspects I strongly feel need to be uh, attention needs to be paid to it, and we need to preserve it. And we hope that this will contribute a bit to that goal, larger objective of preserving, promoting, and celebrating the tribal culture.
Sir, my last and second question is, are you apprehensive somewhere of the tribal culture decline?
Sorry?
Are you apprehensive somewhere that the tribal culture is declining? Because you are emphasizing on promoting and preserving. So, is there a threat?
I think all cultures would want to preserve their culture, whether it's dwindling or whether it's going out or whatever word you'd used. I think all any other culture in the country, you look at cultures around the world, everybody does their part to preserve it because it's a part of your identity. It's who you are. I think it's important that our younger generation should be aware of that. And it's only a step to ensure that we continue to preserve it, promote it, as I said, and celebrate it. It's not a question of it, going away or dying out or something like that. But I think one has to be proud of it and preserve our identity, and that's really what the objective is. Yeah, so Cherry Blossom Festival this time is being done in a much larger scale compared to the last time. We have, of course, a lot of delegates coming in from different parts of the country and the world. We will also, for the first time, a literary festival, which is something that we feel is unique, and we would like to do it annually. Apart from that, of course, there are many aspects of culture also attached to that. And on the 25th, when we'll be inaugurating, we'll be speaking more about it. So, but all I can say right now is that it's something that is going to be at a much more broader and larger scale compared to the last years. So, yeah, so Balport, as you're aware, already survey is going on. We have met the civil aviation minister even about 2 months back, and he has assured us of full support. We are very hopeful that very soon we'll be able to start some service in Tura, in Baljek, and we are proposing that at least a Shillong-Tura flight should start because the other flights will require a slightly longer runway. But the process of extending the runway is on, land acquisition process is on. We are very hopeful that we'll be able to complete the exercise and extend the runway very, very soon. Talking about the road connectivity to Tura, I'm sure all of you are already aware that Government of India has approved the proposal of 4-lane from Paikan to Tura. And this approval has taken place recently, and the entire work now for land acquisition is in progress. Once the 4-lane highway comes to Tura from Paikan, it will be a great boon and a great benefit for the people of Tura and Garo Hills in general. Apart from that, of course, as you're aware, many road projects from the state government as well as from World Bank and other central schemes are going on right now in Garo Hills. So we're very hopeful that by the end of this working season, there will be a huge improvement in the overall road infrastructure in Garo Hills in particular and the state as a whole. So rail connectivity, obviously, we are having the rail connectivity up to Mendi, and there have been departments have examined the proposal to extend further, but those are only at examination stage. What is important right now, like I had discussed and briefed to all of you yesterday, that we are looking at the connectivity in the rest of the state, and there are some hurdles we're facing because of that, but we're trying to work on it and trying to improve it. So guys, can we talk other things? It's very hot. I'm so sorry. Yeah, otherwise this side my face will be somebody else and this side will be somebody else. So national games, there are 4 states in total: Goa, Uttarakhand, Chhattisgarh, and then Meghalaya. National games are held every 2 years. Goa has not been able to hold the games for whatever reasons, and it has been delayed. So if our number and our sequence were to be counted, we would get our chance after 8 years from the IOA. And therefore, the question of it having next year is next to impossible, simply because of the sequence of the chances that we get. But in terms of infrastructure, we are working all out to create the infrastructure. And we are hopeful that we will be able to create most of the infrastructure so that even if though the national games cannot, we should be able to host other games like the Northeast Olympics, like the tribal festival for the youth, and the table tennis national championship, and other programs and sports activities which are part of the 50-year celebration.
The Commissioner and Secretary of the IPL herself is an acclaimed sports person. So, not just in brief, the sun beating down on you. We know we won't have the national games, like the CM said. So, how are you actually proceeding ahead in terms of sports infrastructure and developing sports persons, youngsters in development?
So, with your permission,
Yeah.
the Honorable Chief Minister has already mentioned that the government has taken all steps necessary to increase the number of infrastructures that we have, to better them. In fact, a lot of it we are looking at probably, getting a chance to either inaugurate it next year or start next year. And I'm also part of the Meghalaya State Olympic Association. So there we have a very clear mandate on the fact that all associations are geared up. They are geared up to ensure that with the infrastructure and the facilities that we're getting from the government, uh, the associations are moving forward to train their athletes and to make themselves ready for these games.
Okay, guys. Thank you. अच्छा अच्छा दे दे Kasar Pingrang, the Al Babadam area, Garo Hills ni bat kapa tourism festival ko chinga da alo inaugurate ka aha. Aru ya festival salgatham na chinga ya festival ko manigin. Ya mi gong festivalo India song ni dengtang pi apuni tourist rang ri bainga. Aru India ni tourist rang sanong cha. Ande ba agal sak ni dengtang song ranguni ba. Jekai Sweden, France, Israel. Aru dengtang song ranguni tourist rang da alo ya pi apuna mi gong festivalo bakura nari bainga. Dalo mi gong festival ko launch kaan baksa. Meghalaya ni belsi sotpunga wani ko ba ya saluricha manina apachinginga. The all September November chetoni kolruksa January una. Ska dengtang tourism ni sports aro cultural festival rangko ska watkin. Ansing ni belsi sotpunga wani ko manini ko. Independent Sony ba jojo nga manina sungi. Kuruksa January kengkeng orang ko ay sa January kuruksa manini ko nong district या Kolkata program हो Prime Minister Narendra Modi ko chika chief guest ke kama ande ba chika confirmation ko man kujenga ande ba Prime Minister ba Modi aro nambat kensum maina India ni Prime Minister anchini Meghalaya ni statehood ko matnani sumayo church isku so snibel sio India ni Prime Minister Srimati Indira Gandhi anchini Meghalaya state onre bachum wan apsan dakke belsi so punga ko maniani salo singa Indian Prime Minister ko invite ka aro confirmation na singa shinga kulraksa January ni jamano belsi sana kengkeng singa dengtang cultural program aro sports program rang ko singa watna sunginga ya program rango singa All India Table Tennis National Championship ko Meghalaya Games Northeast Tribal Youth Conference aro festival Northeast Olympic wan naki dengtang sports department ni cultural department tourism department aro dengtang department ni program rang kuchga Meghalaya ni 50 years ko manina chinga celebration ko pungat na magsungya daal ya celebration ko bat singat na singa Meghalaya at 50 angapa logo ko ba dalo chinga oprakaha ya logo ni baya symbol ni inauguration ko ba dalo ngate dali ako chinga 50 year celebration ni Facebook Instagram aro dengtang social media account rang ko ba chinga kuliatkin unigaman angap satay press ni mandrang ko aro plug anchini organizing committee ni member rang ko ya nambe ka pa program ko organize ka dina nga chang satay matela aro anchini press ni mandrang mai ko ba dengtang question ang kusuk nas kang ode ang achul ko nas kinga kuch sing aibo no let me give them both ho gaya bahut good has go gaya kuch thank you okay thank you and let's not go into that right now let's huh Michael see state aro economy mandirang dengtang kamrang ko ka dengtang chol rang chi talo tangga pesarang ko kamay nga business rang ko kaenga aro jangi tangani chol rang ko sandinga yano ni sobarang koila chiba koila ko badangye sobarang de jangi tanginga sobarang tourism ni true sobarang game cha emang jangi tanginga unigaman Meghalaya ni aro J state ni economy ba dengtang activity rang tongai gen ande ba ya activity rang ko aro economic activity ba scheme ni sector rang ko aching balance ka kam kana nang gen unigaman dalo mining ko permission ko na dalo scientific mining ko abachingacho the scientific mining ni true banga chini pollution ni issues rang ko aro banga problem rang ko scientific mining chi chinga solve kana gen unigaman government ni muksungani era mai dakpa system aro mai dakpa policy ko charake anching mining ko ba aro anching koila business ko ba aro tourism ko ba anching mai ke balance ka imang anching kam kana gen ya muksungani yo talo Meghalaya government kam ka aro mai business kya आज कुछ why not okay then बहुत गर्मी है of these two festivals what two here two one oh, one about 1 crore in this festival so approximately 2 to 3 crores is the rough estimate for both the festivals I'm sorry yeah together 2 to 3 crores 3 crores maximum I don't have the exact figures with me but yeah you can put 3 as the top slot thank you
Thank you, sir.
Whew, thank you for the shade
That's it.
ah thank you
Please join.